The first, I will say, if you were not a designer, but whatever, will be the same. This is very important, because sometimes you think that your specific issue, because you decide to be designer, maybe service designer, your perspective are so difficult. But your perspective will be difficult whatever you do. So this is not a good answer to give people energy, but it's important at least not to think that they are in a specifically bad condition because they made this kind of choice. Secondly, if they had to choose in between the different range of the design, I have the impression that the future will offer possibility for who like to make products or who like typography, so something very specific that has been the tradition of design. But the majority of the work will not come from there. So if we will look where the work will be, there will be much more work in helping institution, association, company in solving some general problems than in specifically designing specific products or specific graphic, etc. So I think that there will always be somebody designing a car. But the number of places where you can find work as a car designer is shrinking. Not because sustainability is shrinking, because the evolution of the car industry is as such. If instead you work on mobility and you are capable to present yourself as a designer of system or co-designer of system for mobility, every city, every neighborhood will have or should have somebody that work in redesigning the mobility system. And we can take whatever you want. If you like packaging and the packaging for industrial products, or if you work in generating new food networks, there will be much more people working in designing the new food networks than in designing packaging. And again, before the issue that the packaging should be reduced because of sustainability or whatever, but simply because there will be less and less people designing that kind of product, because there is a kind of... Therefore, I think I will suggest them to look around and to be very open. Third is the idea of how you build your portfolio. So you cannot anymore imagine that because you designed one chair, one lamp, and one motorcycle, you put them together, you say, I'm capable to do this. Because you have to find a way to show that you are capable to work in a group and to bring your specific contribution to this group. Of course, it's not simple, because to show a chair is simple, it's a picture, you say I did that one. And if you have worked with the healthcare system of your city, you don't have such a nice picture to show. And therefore you have to find a way to give a clear perception of what you did in this project. But you should have the capability to make this kind of experiences in which you challenge your capability in different kind of activities. Finally, you should train yourself in working with others. Design school normally already do this. This is, for instance, for me, one of the good things of the design school in relation to many others, because the core of the activity that normally is asked to the student are asked to be in group. At least I hope that they do also here. The one that I know are like this. And this is very good to work in group, because the training in working together, it's fundamental. Finally, I will say, take away your hat of being a designer and do the revolution. So you have to do something, you have to not to accept whatever happened. And I will not talk about the revolution as the last century, but be aware that as a designer, as a citizen, you cannot accept. You have to react against what is happening, because what is happening will not give work to you, your parents, your sister, whoever, whatever kind of work they do.